Okay, this time what I want you to do is in that box where it says pulley system, click on where it says single compound. And now what you should see is that there's two pulleys and a rope goes over the top of the first pulley, then it goes down, it goes underneath the second pulley, and then is attached to the top pulley again. So again, you're going to grab that hand and you're going to pull it down, and we're going to raise that load down there at the bottom. So let's keep the load at 5 newtons. So again, in the first column where it says mass lifted, don't bother to put anything there. Under weight lifted, you're going to put 5 newtons. Okay, the distance that you're going to lift that box down there at the bottom is again going to be 0.1 meters. Alright, go ahead and calculate the work out. This should not be very exciting because it's exactly the same as you got before, whatever that number was. Now, something interesting though is going to happen when you pull on the rope. Okay, so you're going to grab the hand and you're going to start pulling down on the rope until the weight begins to move. Okay, and then you're going to record the applied force, which is the same as the pulling force, and then you're going to record how much rope did you need to pull in order to lift it 0.1 meters into the air. Okay, then you're going to calculate the work done. So by multiplying the pulling force times the pulling distance, that's going to be the amount of work that you put into that machine. And again, notice how the work out compares to the work in on the machine. Okay, now let's see if we can explain it. So let's say that you have a trash can. Okay, so let's say that you have a trash can like this, and it's a very heavy trash can. So let's say that it weighs 100 pounds, very heavy. Now if you by yourself grab it like this and then you lift it into the air, how much force do you need to apply? 100 pounds. Alright, but now let's say that you got a friend, and so you grab this side over here and your friend grabs this side over here and you both lift together. How much force are you applying? Only 50 pounds, because you're lifting 50 pounds and they are lifting 50 pounds, so 50 plus 50 makes 100. Now let's take a look at that picture there of the pulley simulation. Look at how many ropes are attached to the bottom pulley. There's 2 of them. You got one on the right and then you got one on the left. Now how much weight are you trying to lift? 5 newtons. How much do you think each string has? There's 2 strings pulling up on the pulley. So each string would be lifting 2.5 newtons of weight. So that's the reason why the pulling force, the amount of force that you needed to pull on the rope, was only 2.5, because it has the effect of having 2 ropes pulling up on the weight. Now what about the distance though? You can't get something for nothing. So notice that the machine had the effect of decreasing the amount of force that you needed to apply. But if something decreases, something else has to increase in order to compensate. And so it would be the distance. So even though it's good in that you only needed to apply 2.5 newtons of force, the bad news is that you had to pull twice as much rope in order to be able to lift it. So you needed to pull 2 times 0.1, which would be 0.2. Okay, now if you understand that, now we can go to a triple pulley system. Okay, so that, let me check it out here. Which one do I want to go with? Let's go with, it says double compound. Okay, click on, under the pulley system, click on the double compound system. So now notice that you've got one rope that goes over the top of the first pulley, but then it goes around the bottom pulley and then up and then down and then up again. So how many total ropes are physically attached to that bottom pulley that is going to be lifting the box? Okay, I'm not going to tell you. But in the previous one, there was 2 that was attached to the bottom pulley. This time there's, alright, now leave the column under mass lifted, leave that one blank. Okay, the weight lifted is still going to be 5 newtons. The distance lifted is still going to be 0.1 meters. So you can fill in all of that information. You can calculate the work out. Alright, now you're going to grab the hand and you're going to pull it down until it starts to move, and then record what the applied force was, which is the pulling force, and then also record the distance that you had to pull the rope. So how much rope did you have to pull down in order to lift that box 0.1 meters up? Alright, and I want you to see if you can understand that. So why did you end up with those numbers? And base it on what we've already done with the double pulley system. So actually you might want to relabel the chart there. So we did the single, we did the double, and so this one would be a quadruple actually. Instead of a triple, this would be the quadruple one. Alright, so now we're finished with pulleys, and we got one more thing to talk about, and then we'll be finished with the lab. So I'll see you in the next video.